Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
We've got some rain on the radar for your Thursday. Meteorologist Brandon Rue is live to track when thunderstorms might roll in, and there's a chance that you'll see more than one. Plus, Minneapolis protests take a turn from peaceful to violent overnight. The mayor there asking the National Guard to step in while calling for a police officer to be arrested in George Floyd's death. And some of the biggest malls here in Metro Detroit have just reopened, but in a building that used to hold big crowds. We'll show you what's now being done to keep shoppers safer. Malls are not the only big reopening that we have to tell you about here at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Kasumi. It was just a little while ago, the Secretary of State's offices were announced that they're going to be back open on June 1st. That is this Monday. You will have to make an appointment, though, and there will be greeters at the doors to allow you to come in at your scheduled time. Also this afternoon, Governor Whitmer sent a letter to President Trump. She wants to continue using Michigan's National Guard to help fight the coronavirus with things like testing and distributing PPE. The governor will be giving an update this afternoon at 3. You can watch it live right here on Local 4 and streaming live on our website, clickondetroit.com. And we mentioned the malls are officially back in business in the area, 3 of them specifically today, and that would be Briarwood over in Ann Arbor, Great Lakes Crossing in Auburn Hills, and then 12 Oaks in Novi. And that's where we find Local 4's Rob Maloney this afternoon. He joins us live from 12 Oaks with more on what shoppers need to know before they visit these malls. Rod?
Well, they need to know a lot, Evrod, because as much as the malls are open, that means the door behind me is open. What you find inside is another question, and that's what some of the shoppers have been saying this morning. Well, okay, the mall's open, but how many stores? So let's talk a little bit about what it looks like out here. Just before 11 o'clock, we started people filtering in the doors here. Very busy, lots of cars in the parking lot. But when you get here, you find that there's no valet if you would like to use that. There's no food court tables. Now there are. We did see them offering food offerings down on the first floor, but the tables are gone to sit around outside the food court. The children's play area is also closed. They've got the water fountains closed off as well. But they do have a mobile app, and in fact, that's one of the things that they talk about here, is that if you can get the mobile app, you should get it, because that's one way for you to connect with the stores that you want to go to make sure that they're going to be open when you get out here. Let's talk to Dan Jones, who is the general manager now of 12 Oaks Mall, and get his take on what it is that you should know before you come out to 12 Oaks Mall.
It's about 20 to 40% of the tenants open on day one. Takes a little bit of time to ramp up, so we'll gradually see more and more stores come online. But the expectation should be tempered, so you won't see every store, and it is by appointment only, so people should call ahead of time, seek out their favorite store, and make sure that they can get an opportunity to come in the store.
So what he's talking about there is that, say, they're operating with the 10 people in, and that's the maximum number. And the idea that perhaps a line might form outside the mall is saying, no, we don't want lines. We want people to keep moving, and we don't want crowds gathering. So the mall's open, but you got to be careful as to what it is you think you're going to find here. It'll take probably the next few days and maybe into the weekend before most of the stores get open. He even talked to us about how the big box retailers are sort of getting together to decide which day they're going to open. As it stands right now, we don't think they're open. So there we are, and we'll be here. We'll have full details on Local 4 News at 5 and 6, talking about the businesses that are open and other things that you need to be watching out for when you get out here. Reporting live in Novi, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Well, we know you got plenty of time then to do shopping in between. Rod, thank you for that. Despite businesses starting to reopen in phases, unemployment numbers are still going up. 2.1 million more Americans filed for unemployment benefits just last week. About 41 million people have now applied for benefits since March. The unemployment number is 14.7%, but experts predict it will hit 20% at one point. Let's turn our attention now to the forecast on what is expected to be a rainy Thursday. Meteorologist Brandon Rue joins us now live from Grosse Pointe, and I understand we are in for some thunderstorms throughout the day.
Yes, we're seeing some lightning on radar in the state, just nothing really near us at this point. But we had a couple, 2-3 hours of rain, depending on where you are or where you were. And temperatures have refused to take off as a result. But you will feel the stickiness as you head outside. And as we start to thin the clouds over the next few hours, these numbers will be taking off. But it's 73 Metro, 72 Pontiac, 73 Mount Clemens, 70 in Harrow, Ontario, 20 Celsius. We have a look at the last couple of hours of radar, and you can see things are beginning to fade a bit. But across the western part of the state, getting some lightning north of Grand Rapids, and just a sign of instability with some of these showers coming up. So as we go through the next couple of hours, I think it will be on the slightly drier side, 70s to near 80 degrees. And after 3 or 4 p.m., we will see some of these showers sort of reforming, and some of them about 4 or 5 p.m., super soakers, rumbles of thunder, may only be a 30-minute delay in your plans, but it's certainly, with the lightning and the downpours, something to watch out for, again, late in the afternoon and this evening. Evrod.
All righty, Brandon, we'll be checking in with you again shortly. This morning, a small rally was held at the state capitol, and this was all protesting the recent shootings of black men and women all across the country. The Black and Latinos Against Racist Empowerment rally was organized by a Detroit firearms instructor. The protest was in response to the killings of Breonna Taylor. You know, she was killed by police as they served a warrant at her home. And Ahmaud Arbery, he's the Georgia man who was shot and killed by a father and son as he was simply jogging. The calls for justice are also growing for George Floyd. He's the man protesters say was murdered by police when an officer had his knee on his neck. And what started as a peaceful protest turned into another night of unrest. There were fires and demonstrators were demanding accountability. Gabe Gutierrez was in the middle of it all.
Overnight, Minneapolis on fire. Protesters leaving an auto parts store in flames. Others seen looting a local Target.
Tonight was a different night of protesting.
All of it after demonstrators approached one of the city's police precincts.
We're about to lose the front of the precinct if we don't move this crowd out of the front.
Officers in riot gear tried to maintain order.
You can see the smoke bombs in the distance, and police have been firing pepper spray to try and disperse this crowd. Hundreds of protesters had gathered here, and now police are trying to push them back to keep the peace.
They'd gathered hours before, furious at the death of 46-year-old George Floyd.
When is it really going to change? When is it really going to stop?
The outrage building nationwide. In Los Angeles overnight, Black Lives Matter protesters blocked a major freeway. This man jumped on a police cruiser as it sped away. Now, after the 4 Minneapolis officers involved were fired, the city's mayor is calling on the county attorney to charge the arresting officer.
Why is the man who killed George Floyd not in jail?
That officer, Derek Chauvin, is seen in this now viral video kneeling on Floyd's neck as he begs for help.
When you saw that video, what went through your head? That could have been me.
The police department initially said Floyd had been physically resisting. This new cell phone video appears to show the moment he steps out of his vehicle. 2 officers restrain him. Security footage from a nearby business shows officers walking him across the street in handcuffs. Records show Chauvin was a 19-year veteran of the department. He's been praised for valor during his career, but was also the subject of a dozen police misconduct complaints that resulted in no disciplinary action. His attorney declined to comment.
At least one person is dead after a fatal shooting near the protest site overnight. And now, Minneapolis's mayor is asking for help from the National Guard. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Minneapolis.
And this afternoon, Detroit Police Chief James Craig weighed in on Floyd's death. Earlier, he tweeted his support for the firings of the 4 police officers involved. You're going to hear more from Chief Craig on this subject coming up tonight at 5 o'clock right here on Local 4. Closer to home now, former Macomb Township trustee Dino Bucci will face a judge this afternoon on corruption charges. And this all comes as former Public Works Commissioner Anthony Morocco was indicted on Wednesday. The feds say both men conspired to extort thousands of dollars from real estate developers and contractors. Bucci is expected to plead guilty today, and if he is convicted, he faces up to 20 years in prison. Today, President Donald Trump is expected to sign an executive order that could see social media companies losing some of their legal protections. The move comes after Twitter added a fact-check label to 2 of the president's tweets involving mail-in voting. The president responded by accusing Twitter of interfering in November's election. Now, the order is still being drafted, but it's likely to include measures that could regulate social media platforms. It is probably something that we've all thought about. What will it be like when restaurants reopen here in Metro Detroit? Up next, the heads of some of the biggest chains talk about the changes that we'll see when we dine out again. And more coronavirus testing sites are opening up in the area, but at these locations, you'll be doing the test yourself.